in Nairobi. And during that meeting, which was extremely productive and beneficial to Kenya and to our neighbors, it was agreed that going forward, the partnership of the United Kingdom to us must continually. Excellency, the challenges in this area, we have had significant threats related to terrorism in this area and other serious crimes. For that reason, that we run here as government and governments must be alive to the sensitivities and the complexities of the issues here. Your Excellency, we did sign a security compact between the UK and the Republic of Kenya, and I'm happy that going forward, I'm looking forward to similar arrangements, even with between the British government and the UK government and the other countries in this region, because we all must work together. We must work together. And by together, Your Excellency, I mean hand in hand, shoulder by shoulder, so that we deliver for the common benefit of our people in this region. I have had the privilege to look at the proposed program on the Borderlands security project for Kenya, Ethiopia, and Somalia. I am convinced beyond doubt that that project will go a long way in improving stability, peace, resilience, and empowerment for our and support that is intended from the United Kingdom is help that will go a long way in creating stability for our countries and boosting trade and investments and enhancing our shared prosperity. Allow me, Your Excellency, to make this other remark, that it was agreed that this project, which you are overseeing its launching and initiation today, will proceed subject to the 3 partner states of Kenya, Ethiopia, and Somalia sitting down together with our partner, the United Kingdom, to agree on the action plan and the detailed activities. Again, the reason for that is to ensure we work together. And number 2, to ensure we leave no detail unattended because of the complexities and the sensitivities of security matters in this part of the world. Therefore, in principle, Your Excellency, what we are, you are presiding over today is the general project initiative. But I'm very clear in my mind that there is some work to be done, maybe in the next 2 weeks or so, to be able to agree on an action plan that carries everybody along. And finally, before I invite my brothers to say something, and later on the High Commissioner, and then I invite you, Your Excellency, we want to recognize the very profound support and partnership that has been offered by the county government of Mandera, especially with regard to the support towards the National Police Reservice. We value that support, and we thank you for standing in the gap for the country when it mattered. Going forward, we have taken a policy decision that we will allow our governors to concentrate on their core functions that are stipulated under Schedule 4 of the Constitution. And we, as national government, will take over fully and without exception our functions, including the national security function, including the matter of the National Police Reservice. Finally, Your Excellency, we, because of the already caveat that I've already given, that the details of this project are going to be worked in the next few days, so that we work together and make sure that we take care of everything. I just want to say, therefore, at this stage, we'll only, perhaps through the High Commissioner, get highlights of what the project is supposed to achieve and leave it at that, as opposed to a detailed analysis of the project, because we also have to agree on the role players and how they'll go about it. And I'm very clear in my mind we'll find common ground to proceed with this project with very minimal alterations of whatever was initially conceptualized. Having said so, it is my distinguished honor and privilege to ask my brother, the Security Minister of Somalia, to greet us and say one or two things. And then thank you for coming, Minister. I know you are a bit indisposed, but thank you so much for coming. And I look forward to seeing you in Nairobi on Monday for another engagement as a testament that the partnership and friendship is enduring and continuous, as we'll be discussing other matters in Nairobi on Monday. Welcome, Minister.
Thank you, CS. His Excellency, the Deputy President of Kenya, Rigathi Gachagua, Honorable Professor Kithure Kindiki, Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Interior and Administration, His Excellency Ashanef Binlaf Adolem, Minister of Peace and Security, Federal Government of Ethiopia, Her Excellency Jane Marriott, UK High Commissioner of Kenya, His Excellency Mahmoud Said Adan, Deputy President of Borderlands State of Somalia, His Excellency Mahmoud Ahmed Noor Tarzan, Somali Ambassador to Kenya, His Excellency Adan Khalif, Governor of Mandera, administrators and security officers from Gede region of Jubaland State of Somalia, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum. Habari ya subuhi. Salam now. Good morning. I'm delighted to be here in Mandera County on this special occasion at the launch of the Rizwanak cross-border project which seeks to enhance peace and stability and strengthen cooperation and economic development in the border areas between Kenya, Ethiopia, and Somalia. I feel honored that this defining and momentous event seeks to build on our partnership and cooperation as championed by the theme that is Wanag or Good Neighbor Lines. This event offers us an appropriate moment to reflect on our cooperation and partnership, but also provides us an opportunity to use lessons learned to enhance our aspirations for the future. On that note, the relationship between Kenya, Ethiopia, and Somalia is built upon firm structure of brotherhood with shared values and historical ties. And in that spirit of collective solidarity, there has never been a better time to forge a common destiny and collectively participate in this project to tackle cross-border challenges, to ensure regional security and pursue economic development, social progress, peace, and prosperity. I would like to take this opportunity to express our nation's gratitude for the warm welcome and noble sacrifice of young men and women from Kenya and Ethiopia, and troop contributing countries, TCC in Africa, to enhance in our joint fight against extremism ideologies that hamper security endeavors that we cherish to achieve in the shorter and longer term strategy. I believe that there are no limitations and barriers that can hinder our countries to achieve this impactful and futuristic Resonate project to address all the challenges in our borderlands. And we wish to thank the UK government and acknowledge the significant role of the UK government, multi-initiative and investment over the past years, and also its long-standing support to the people of Somalia. The federal government of Somalia is strongly committed to support this project to enhance peace, stability, and development in the cross-border regions. Thank you. Asante sana. Yes. Thank you.
Excellency, sir, allow me now to invite my brother, the Minister for Peace and Security of the Federal Republic of Ethiopia, to greet us and also make his remarks. Welcome, Minister.
Honorable Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, Excellency Ministers Somali, Excellency Ministers and distinguished guests of Kenya, Your Excellency, the Governor of Mandera County, Your Excellency, the Higher Commissioner of British Government, all protocols observed, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to be given an opportunity to say a few words at the launching of the project for Kenya, Somalia, Ethiopia borders. First and foremost, let me congratulate all those who have worked hard to materialize this project, especially the UK Government Foreign and Development Office for initiating and funding this 3 years project, and the Kenya government for facilitation of the launching ceremony and your hospitality extended to my delegation. My country strongly believes that this cross-border project will enhance peace and stability and strengthen socio-economic dynamics in the border areas among the 3 countries, Kenya, Somalia, and Ethiopia. Moreover, it will strengthen the effectiveness of national response to insecurity along the border, supporting local conflict resolution and management structures, and building individual and community resilience to the influence of violent extremist actors. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's known that Ethiopia, Kenya, and Somalia shared massive border which are very porous that makes easier for extremists and terrorist groups to infiltrate. Due to this condition, each country is engaged to strengthen border security, improve the living condition of communities along the border areas, design and implement peace-building policies. Ethiopia welcomes this initiative, understanding its complement the ongoing efforts toward achieving lasting peace, stability, and building resilience of community along Kenya, Somalia, and Ethiopia. Finally, I want to reiterate my government's full commitment to actively engage and support the implementation of this project and coordinating with stakeholders to make sure that its sustainability even beyond the lifetime of the project. I thank you for your attention.
Your Excellency, the Deputy President, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as I invite the next speaker, allow me to say one or two things about her. Jane Marriott has been the High Commissioner of the United Kingdom to Kenya for the last approximately 4 years. If there is a time when the relationship between Kenya and the United Kingdom has been at its peak, it is during the tenure of Jane Marriott. Jane Marriott has made many friends within government and among the people of Kenya, as a good diplomat should be. Unfortunately, we are informed that she will be leaving Kenya in a short while, and perhaps this is one of our last events, I don't know, but I am told maybe in another month or less than 2 months, she'll be moving on to other responsibilities on behalf of our government. And therefore, Your Excellency, it's only fair for me to say how grateful we are as a ministry for the support that the British government has given Kenya and the extra effort of High Commissioner Jane Marriott to foster even closer ties between Kenya and Britain. We will miss her friendship, remain in touch with all your friends. Meantime, because you are still around, please come and greet us, address us, and give us key highlights of this project. Please, let's have a round of applause for Balozi. You are welcome, Ambassador. And then after that, I will I will proceed from there. Welcome, Ambassador.
Thank you, my friend. I don't get very emotional, but I'm a little emotional at that, so asante sana. Your Excellency, Deputy President of Kenya, Rigathi Gachagua, CS Kindiki, PS is present. His Excellency Mohammed Ahmed Sheikh, the Minister of Interior for Security, the Federal Government of Somalia. His Excellency, the Minister of Peace, Ashnaf bin Al-Adalam, the Government of Ethiopia. Mohammed Saeed Aden, the Deputy President of Jubaland. Of course, His Excellency, my very good friend, Mohammed Aden Khalif, the Governor of Mandera, the Area Member of Parliament, to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, and the reason why I wanted to set all of those out, as well as our friend, the Ambassador of Somalia, and all others, is because isn't that an amazing cast list, my friend Noor Gabao? Isn't that an amazing cast list to be sat in the room with today? So, Asante Sana, all protocols observed. Salam alaikum. I was first in Mandera about 2 years ago at the invitation of the governor's predecessor, Ali Roba, and slightly at the insistence of my colleague Ben in the audience there, who said I had to come to Mandera because no British senior government official, no High Commissioner had been to Mandera since independence. And he did lay a little bit of the guilt on about how some of the challenges in this area were entirely the fault of the British colonial administration. So I got on a plane, I came to Mandera, and Governor Ali Roba and I were driving along the street, very nice tarmac road, and there was a row of trees, and then there was a gap of green, and then there was another row of trees. And I said, Governor, I'm very confused. What are you trying to do here? You have trees, and then you have green, and then you have trees again. And he said, he said, you see, in the future, there will be so much interaction between our country and our brother-sister countries of Ethiopia and Somalia that we will need to expand the road. But I still want it to be shady for the people to walk down. And so we will have to remove the first row of trees, expand the road for all the trade between our three countries, and then there will be another row of trees to keep my people in the shade, out of the heat. And I thought to myself, that is a vision. That is a vision. And I'm delighted to see that his successor, the governor, has expanded on this vision, and that you are all here today to help the three of you, supported by the UK, live that dream. And it's therefore my delight to be able to launch the Deris Wagnan programme here in Mandera at the meeting point of your three fantastic and beautiful countries. Because you don't just share a common border, your communities living together are bound by a shared history and a shared destiny. You have numerous challenges together: drought, resource conflicts, armed proliferation, terrorism. But you also have so much that is good and positive together, and it is that we want this programme to help bring on and bring about. Because for too long we focused on the challenges, and yes, we should focus on the challenges, but we need to look at those root causes of instability, not just the symptoms. We need to focus on those shared opportunities, and communities should be able to flourish and embrace their own cultures. And to support this, and it is a supporting role, these are your countries, we are here as your guest, we are a partner to all three of you in investing in this new cross-border initiative. And I don't think a better phrase than the Somali phrase, Deris Wagnan, I'm going to pronounce that wrong, aren't I? Wanag, Deris Wanag. I'm looking at the lady in the middle who's like, not that, yes, no, that. Yeah, have I got that right? Okay, Deris Wanag means good neighbourliness, which is at the heart of what this programme intends to promote. Security and stability are central to all of your lives, and CS, you ask what this will do. Well, first of all, how it will operate is at three levels: that of the three national governments working together, the sub-national governments working together, and crucially, the communities working together. On all of those three levels, this programme will support effective policy and programming through understanding the local conflict dynamics, structures and actors. It will strengthen both the formal and informal institutions, including those cross-border mechanisms, working to build resilience in the communities across the borders. And it will address community needs to mitigate against drivers of instability and violent extremism. It will be implemented by experienced and committed a team comprising individuals from three organisations: the Adam Smith Institute, the Danish Refugee Council, and the Royal United Services Institute. And I can see some of them in the audience there. Can you just wave your hands for a better waving? Come on. Look at all those amazing people who want to come here and live in this tri-border area to help support the work that you do. So thank you very much to that team. I also want to give a shout out to Ben and to Haji. Where are you both? There's Ben, where's Haji? Over there. Because these two fine gentlemen from the British High Commission, we wouldn't be here today without Ben's vision and Haji's networking and contacts and the brilliant team that they make together. So I get to stand at the front and take all the credit, and everyone says, "Isn't Jane wonderful?" Thank you. I like hearing, "Isn't Jane wonderful?" But the truth is, this is Ben and Haji's work and the implementation team behind them. So thank you to all of you. It is grounded in research, this programme, with many stakeholders present here today. It will design and support activities across those borders, and it will embrace existing activities. This is not coming in saying, hey, here's a new way to do it. It's building on the existing initiatives and activities, not reinventing the wheel. And I hope to attract in time other international partner funds so we can ensure that this programme, where it is successful, it can expand, and where it is not successful, we admit it is not successful, learn the lesson and focus elsewhere. The UK as well remains a major contributor to multilateral interventions such as the World Bank's North and Northeast Initiative Development and the NIDI programme, as well as providing assistance to various initiatives in health, education and governance in this area. I do want to mention gender and social inclusion because it's got to be an integral part of our approach, that it covers everybody in the community, and it takes a conflict-sensitive approach to support opportunities to enhance peace and coexistence across the borders. I believe this programme comes at an extremely opportune time, aligned with the, hopefully when the criteria are met, the planned reopening of the border and the recent commitments made at the Frontline States Summit held in Somalia. We stand together against those forces that wish to disrupt people's lives, all of your lives, and to sow terror. And we offer, through this programme, through supporting you, a collaborative, peaceful future. Because this is a joint endeavour by your three countries, supported by the UK. I look forward to working in partnership with all of you, and I will be back because I promised the Governor that in 2027 I'm going to come back as a tourist and see all the fine things this county has to offer. Maybe if the Deputy Governor of Jubaland will allow me and our Ethiopian friends, I can nip across the border as well. We'll sort out the visa later. So Mahad Sanid, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Asante Sana.
Very well. Thank you for your patience. At this juncture, I have the honor of asking the chief guest of this event to come and greet us and make his remarks. And therefore, Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, I request that we be upstanding as we invite Rigathi Gachagua, Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Welcome, Mr. Deputy.
Thank you. Please be seated. Excellencies, heads of delegations of the Federal Republic of Ethiopia, Excellencies, heads of delegations of the Federal Republic of Somalia, Vice President, Excellencies, $1.5 million to the drought. It was indeed catastrophic. We thank God, and the greenery we have seen as we flew here. Years at the risk of FGM at a regional average of 61.3%. Distinguished guests, since we enjoy stability in Kenya, we are now home here for their lives, keep teachers away. Further, industries to roar back. We must silence. Although we are yet to meet the African Union target of silencing the guns by the year 2020, we have another opportunity through this project to address the root causes for progressive in the Horn of Africa, but the African continent. That is how we can achieve the Africa we want, where no one is left behind. That I welcome this 3-year initiative, Power to Rise. A true reflection of bottom-up socio-economic transformation of our communities. In this regard, it's upon us to create a favorable and sustainable policy environment for shared prosperity. We are taking orthodox measures to spur the livelihoods of our pastoralists, such as through sustainable access to safe and clean water for human and animal boreholes, stealing water ponds. With sufficient water, communities will easily integrate crop farming with pastoralism for enhanced food security. This will also allow them to grow pastures for sustained feed supply. Given that our communities here are only separated by borders, these measures